too. But an event this weekend is raising money for mental health education in high schools and colleges in our area.
That's right. This is the 8th year for the video you're seeing here, which is the Warrior Run. About 3,000 people are again expected to show up in Marymount. And here to tell us about the run is Nancy Miller. Nancy, you founded the run, started this whole thing. Yes. So we were just saying the weather sounds like it's going to be perfect for this weekend.
Yes, indeed.
Tell us a little bit about why you started this particular event.
I lost my husband to suicide about 9 years ago, and my mission was that we put mental health education into schools, and the Warrior Run was the primary way that we started to raise that money. Now we're in the 8th year. We've raised about $615,000
Wow.
that's been donated to area programs. So it's gotten bigger and bigger every year, and the need has gotten bigger and bigger every year.
I was going to say, I feel like we've taken steps. I think you certainly hear about things now that you didn't hear about before, but how much further do we still need to go to get the stigma gone? The
stigma has reduced significantly. I definitely feel like the tide has turned, but it's we still have a long way to go. There's still, most of the schools still don't have programs in place to do education. Yeah. They do counseling, but they're not doing education.
And part of what you do as well is not just in the schools, but with the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, Surviving the Teens program too.
Right.
So part of the benefits go to that. So can you talk a little bit about that program?
Yes, the Surviving the Teens program is a 5-day program that's in 24 area schools. Right now we're in the midst of revamping that program, and in January we'll be able to be in 75 schools. So that's a huge increase. Our commitment to that has also increased significantly. So it'll be very exciting. It'll be more electronic, it'll be more current, it'll be more diverse, and so we're really excited about the new change.
Are there classes too that are for not just someone who might be going through issues, but to help people recognize what to look for? Because I feel like so often when we do one of these tragic stories, we had no idea, we didn't see it coming.
Well, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
That's it. Actually, this morning I'm going to Summit, and we're having a full school assembly, and we're talking about signs and symptoms, things to look for, and that's exactly the kind of education that we want to get into the schools. Is that people know they can get ahead of it.
Yeah, this obviously an issue close to my heart as well, because I lost my brother to suicide. So I'm always just so pleased that you're doing this, because I mean, it's not just adults that you think of that we've lost to suicide who get publicized a lot of times. When we've seen people like Chester Bennington recently from oh my God, I can't think of the word. Lincoln Park, thank you. And you know, Chris Cornell, but also, I mean, it's so important that we start talking about this younger, which I think is what your goal is, to get into the younger kids, because they may have some issues too.
Well, it's the statistic that I tell a lot is that by the age of 14, 50% of mental health will have surfaced already, and by the age of 24, 75%. And it normally takes 10 years to get service. And by that point, it's very well established, and so it's trying to normalize that conversation to get ahead of it, so that you're educating actually in kindergarten, so you start that conversation very early, and people know what they're looking for, and they can get services earlier, because the help will be much more significant if you get ahead of it.
All right, Nancy, thank you so
much.
Thank you. The Warrior Run is Saturday. The 1 mile is at 5:15. The 5K is at 5:30. The Kids Fun Run, that's going to start at about 7. Both courses start and finish at the Bell Tower at Dogwood Park in Marymount.
And can I just say real quick too, I know it's a tough subject, but the run is so much fun. It's very positive and fun, and it's good for the whole family.
And you can still register online. Next couple of days, you can register at Tri-State Running, and then you can register at the event as well.
Awesome.
We'll get more details at local.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.